For those with good taste.
What's up, tasties and tastettes? It's your boy Lenny.
Dante.
D-Ray.
Sick.
Yeah.
And this is a movie review. Megalopolis.
It sure is.
Megalopolis.
The best. Before that, though, if you guys could please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the podcast, that would be greatly appreciated. We would like that a lot. I also had an idea really quick. How would you guys feel about trying to be the most disliked podcast possible?
Bro, I'm with it. How offensive can we get? Cancel us.
Like, I thought you could start bringing your takes, like, from QAnon, since you've seen City of Evil and Sound of Freedom this year. We have a dad over here, Disney adult, Dave. And me, I am racist. Clip that. Yeah. So hit that dislike button, please. We'd appreciate it. Just like they should have for this movie, right, guys?
There it is.
This movie's a mixed bag.
So
bro.
I have some fun facts that I wanted to bring to you. This might be the most interesting trivia on IMDb stuff that I've seen on any movie so far. And to start that, though, I did want to kick into the box office because it'll play into my first thing from this. So from what I understand, a massive, massive bust.
What do you mean? This made like so much money.
Is that relative to like how much money we make?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. Fuck them. I'd love to make as much money as this movie made. Yeah, please. How much though?
So on what, a $150 million budget, this opening weekend, domestic, $4 million. Worldwide, $5 million total. It has made less than $1 million outside of the U.S.
So it's interesting you bring up the budget, Dave. Francis Ford Coppola, the director of this movie, right? The creator of this movie.
Yes.
He financed the entire $120 million film out of his own pocket. He did the same with Apocalypse Now and One from the Heart from 1979 and 1981. And the failure later made him declare bankruptcy. The failure of the latter, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So the movie I've never heard of, One from the Heart, made him declare bankruptcy. All of his subsequent films up to The Rainmaker were made to pay off his debts.
Damn.
And now he is
back in debt.
Right back in it. To piggyback on that, he wrote the script for this. He started writing the script. And I think, Dante, one of the first takeaways that me and you had coming out of the movie was not really understanding majority of what it's about.
Yeah, I mean, like, I get the baseline of, like, they're trying to build this utopia megalopolis, but, like, all the shit that happens around that, it's just, like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, so he, some of this stuff, the trivia will shed some light a little bit more onto, like, the concept of the movie that I think was one of the harder parts to follow of this film. Francis Ford Coppola, though, wrote this script in the early 1980s. Wild. But the film was kept on the back burner because of those financial debts we talked about. Pre-production started for this in 2020 or in 2001. I'm adding twos. In 2001. They filmed 30 hours of second unit footage in 2001. They held a table read with Paul Newman, Uma Thurman, Robert De Niro, James Gandolfini, Nicolas Cage, Leonardo DiCaprio, Russell Crowe, Edie Falco, and Kevin Spacey. It's a fucking hit list of names.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. But the product was scrapped on, guess what day, guys?
Oh.
9/11?
Yes.
Never forget.
Wow.
So it was scrapped on 9/11 since the scenes of the script predicted the attack.
What?
Coppola fully abandoned the project in 2007 and it didn't begin developing again until 2019.
Coppola predicted 9/11?
Makes you think.
Huh.
What side was he really on?
Bush.
Lawrence Fishburne said that Coppola was discussing this film during the production of Apocalypse Now in 1979. This is the thing. This movie is so like out there.
Usually when movies take this long, it's because they're really working out the genius in it.
Well, but I think that part of that is like, I think he thinks maybe he was working out the genius. Here's the thing: just because we don't understand something doesn't mean it wasn't genius.
Oh, I mean, the trailer tells you right off the rip, man. It's from the brilliant mind
Yes.
of Francis Ford Coppola.
You know what? Fair point. Because I think one of the first takes I told Lenny was like, this is a movie that from the very beginning just thinks it's way grander than it is.
Hey, man, there was a vision.
There definitely was a vision.
I didn't see it.
It was mostly 3D models and in early 2000 CGI.
Yeah.
But there was a vision.
There was a whole lot of green screen use in that.
Well, we'll get there, Dante. Actually, we'll get there.
Okay.
So in the beginning of 2022, Zendaya, Kate Blanchett, remember her? Michelle Pfeiffer, James Caan, and Jessica Lange were announced to be starring in the lead roles. They all dropped out eventually and later were replaced by the people we saw.
So they read the script.
Probably.
Yeah, probably accurate. So Coppola reportedly fired most of his visual effects team in December 2022. According to the Hollywood Reporter, he wanted to use visual technology similar to what they had used in The Mandalorian. How was the visual technology in that, Dave? We didn't watch it.
Gigantic. There's a gigantic blue screen, I'm pretty sure. They have some, like, obviously, like, physical real parts, like, on a set, but then it's an entire circular blue screen.
So they can just manipulate the entire environment.
Yeah.
So the production had to shift to more green screen effects because of mounting costs. Production designer Beth Mickle and supervising art director David Scott then reportedly left the production, leaving the film without an art department. A spokesperson for the Art Directors Guild told THR that it's currently looking into the situation and will determine the next steps. So there's kind of your answer there. They originally had grander ideas for what this film would look like visually, but because of how much this cost, and remember, it's all coming out of his pocket, he had to cut down on those costs, and so we get this film, which reviewing it looks pretty bad, I think.
Yeah.
Like
there were points where they were like walking towards the green screen and the scene wasn't moving correctly with them.
I think like overall, one of the biggest negatives I have for this movie is the production levels. I thought we talked about it at the very beginning of the movie, and I don't know if you noticed this, Dave. I thought the audio mixing in the beginning of this movie was atrocious, like some of the worst I've ever seen. Like I was struggling to hear the dialogue.
It brought me back to Oppenheimer, whereas like the score was so loud and the dialogue was so low.
I think the only one that I was having difficulty with audio was Dustin Hoffman's character. And I think that's a lot of that is also just, I think, due to his own personal way of acting through like mumbling kind of a lot of his takes and lines.
I thought everybody for about the first 10 minutes, I thought it evened out as the movie kind of progressed and got more bearable. But the first like 10 minutes, like up until when they're up in that weird catwalk that they're like talking on, like that whole scene with all that dialogue from Adam Driver, I thought was like very like dulled down. It wasn't loud enough. And like it honestly takes some power away from like what he thought he was scripting in like a very profound way when like you can't understand most of the like the phrasing that they're using. The first 15 to 20 minutes of this movie, by the way,
very Shakespearean.
The scripting was just so fucking weird. Because it's like it's supposed to be like something a commentary on like the Roman Empire and the fall of the Roman Empire, but then they're talking about like Shakespeare, and you're trying to keep up with it. And I had like this moment when the girl from Game of Thrones and Fast and the Furious,
Natalie,
when she goes into the room to meet him in his office for the first time, that the way that she was acting in particular in that scene, I was like, she has no idea what she's saying.
I mean, both of them in that scene I thought was like one of the most ridiculous like back and forths of dialogue that I had ever seen.
But it's like they're just not talking like human beings,
right?
Like in their it's almost like, hey, there's this film icon that we get to make a movie with, and we're just gonna say whatever's on these scripts, and we're not gonna question whether it makes any fucking sense at all. But it genuinely made no sense. I was like, what? All of a sudden they were like, you got more of the idea of their attraction just from the way that she was looking at him from afar. to start the movie than when they actually were in front of each other. And then the way like speed progresses in this movie, like the way the story jumps, like there was never like a moment. They just all like she's just like, stop time for me, and he's like, I love you. You know, like it was just like that quick. Like that, you knew that was where the story was going, so you kind of accepted as a viewer. But there wasn't like a gradual progression up to that. It was like, hey, I saw this guy. I'm intrigued by him. Granted, I've already known who he was from long before this because my father was associated with him in one way or another. So why am I all of a sudden like super curious about him? Then I follow him around for a day. Then I work with him for a day where he just gets ridiculously fucked up, both like mentally and physically. And then did they really have much for scenes together after that?
No.
No, right? Like, and then all of a sudden it was up there up in the sky doing that picture from the
Yeah.
Empire State Building from the 1920s when the 11 dudes are sitting there eating lunch with no straps on.
Yeah, because that's where you find out he lost his power, and then within 3 minutes, he just had his power again.
Got it back.
Yeah.
He couldn't stop a fly from landing.
Through the power of love.
Mhm.
I didn't fully understand that either. Like the whole power thing. Was it real or was it just a device that was supposed to be like a perception trick? I don't.
Oh, well, I mean, dude, it had no bearing on the movie whatsoever.
None.
Nope.
He just had a magical time power. That was it.
Hypothetical casting. Before Adam Driver was cast, Coppola wanted to get Christian Bale for the lead role. What do you guys think?
Then Christian Bale dodged a bullet.
I don't think it mattered.
Yeah.
I think every single actor, like main actor in this, has proven, what they are made of and like their acting chops. Like every single one of them is successful in their own right. Not a single one of them could do anything with the script that was given to them. I don't think there was a single like good acting performance in this movie.
A lot of
Yeah.
it felt more like I don't know, like if you go to like a high school theater play versus like a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it
It definitely felt like a stage production more than it did a big budget movie.
Yeah, 100%.
It just because like the dialogue, it just went back and forth from either like being so like grand and like I don't know, like insisting upon itself that like I had no idea what people were talking about, or it was just incredibly just like stupid, like lowbrow, like Family Guy type like humor.
Yeah, I can't wait to get to the humor because
Yeah.
There were some funny bits, like I'll give it that.
one other thing on Adam Driver, and this is more of a Dave thing to get your response to this. So he talked about the difference between shooting blockbusters like a sequel trilogy such as Star Wars versus Megalopolis. There was no producers in the way. There was no one standing over Francis's shoulder trying to nudge him. It was one of the best shooting experiences I've ever had.
Well, it's because it was all his own money. There was nobody
Who's
with
gonna tell
any
him
other
not
skin
to?
in the game. Yeah.
Who's going to tell him not to? And also, he's at like this level of producer that who the fuck are you to really question it?
Yeah.
I do want to ask you now, though. This is going to be a tough question. The Star Wars trilogy that he's in,
Sure.
or this movie?
Star Wars.
Okay, just making sure, dude. Like, I know how you hardcore fans feel about that trilogy. So,
I mean, so like, I don't know. I will say like, I think like I like Adam Driver.
yeah.
However, I don't think I've seen him in any movie that I've enjoyed his performance.
Have you seen Logan Lucky?
Nope.
Really good. Check it out.
So the only thing that I think I've actually enjoyed watching him in is SNL.
Yeah, he was good on that.
Yeah.
To be fair, you said nobody was like great in this movie as far as acting was concerned. Like, I think he completely bought into the role.
Sure.
I think what he had to work with was mostly shit. I thought he completely bought into the whatever the fuck they were asking him to do.
I think just he bought in and just kind of gave it his all. Sure. Still wasn't great.
But I don't think that's his fault to Lenny's point.
No, but like I'm just saying, like none of these guys could take their own acting power and make the script better.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I think I'm trying to get.
Yeah, like so. I think a lot of the failure just comes back to the one person who financed this movie and directed it. How old is he? Does anybody know how old Coppola is?
85, maybe.
Like, is he just too old to be responsible for this? Is he basically John Voight's character?
He's 85 years old.
Yeah, is he just John Voight's character, basically?
Well, I mean, I feel like he is Caesar or whatever.
Yeah.
Catalina. I think he views himself as the main protagonist, trying to build a better society.
Yeah, and like I'm a visionary. And
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay. Like that way more pretentious way to look at it.
Yes.
You're right. You're definitely right. That's definitely what like a Hollywood elitist who's been around it for as long as he has would feel. Yeah. Do you guys want to get into some more? We've already done a little bit of spoilers, but like, yeah. I think this is a bad movie. I'll just say that before we get into actual spoilers. But to be fair, I smiled through a fair amount of it. Like I think it's bad, but
it's like it's ridiculous. Ridiculousness at points just comes to a point where it's like, fuck, this is hilarious.
There's just like shit happening on the screen and dialogue and like little things that happen throughout the movie that I'm like, what the fuck is going on in this? And it's so long, but the whole time I was just like, I am fine with this. Like, even though I think it's objectively bad.
I came out of the theater and I think I put this movie at the worst movie I have ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
Not just this year. My entire 35 years of existence, this is the worst thing that I've ever watched.
Dave hasn't watched The Substance.
People should stick around for my rating. Yeah, stick around for my rating at the end, because I can't wait to tell you where it fell on my list.
Oh,
Again, objectively a bad movie, but 3, 2, 1 spoiler. Really quick. I saw a TikTok the other day about like guys, the way that they like, so girls just go up to guys randomly and will ask them to like count down 3, 2, 1 for them. And it's like 95% of men count down 3, 2, 1. Like
it's easier to straighten these 3 fingers than these 3.
But like this is the way we always did it. I feel like for a long time, but like I think it's the 3-pointer in NBA that did it to us.
I think
I don't watch sports and I do it that way. It's just
but I think it just seeped into your brainwave.
No, but try and straighten the other 3 fingers. Like it's a lot more effort.
Your hands are still a little cramped.
I mean, I don't know if effort's the word.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
All right, yeah, no, like effort probably isn't the word, but it just feels more natural, like more comfortable.
Yeah. I do want to dispute another claim from you here, Dave, about there being no great acting performances in this movie. Because there is one.
I know
There's
where
one
he's going with this.
top-notch performance, and dude, I've seen so much of this woman this week. It's insane. Aubrey Plaza, top-notch shit. I enjoyed it greatly. When I talked about smiling at scenes in this movie, when she just makes Shia LaBeouf eat her ass and says, eat your auntie's ass.
Yeah.
I giggled.
So no, call me Auntie Wow.
And it's just a shadow on the wall of his face being buried in her ass. I was like, this is crazy. But it's so funny that he did this.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was definitely like an amusing scene.
I think she also, to be fair, was like the one her character arc was one of the most clear in the movie, and I think she played it the way it was supposed to be played. Like gold digger chasing fame and success and stuff like that.
Like naturally she could give the best performance because she had the clearest role.
Yeah, she had the clearest understanding of what the fuck was going on for her character. Yeah. I think so.
I don't know, man. I still think it was kind of weird. Like, was she also like part like hypnotist? Like,
So
at
she all
one
of a
point
sudden
in
had
this
powers
movie,
towards the end,
right?
She started trying to hypnotize him into giving her like the company, right? Or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
There was like the get out moment with the tea and
Yeah.
like circling the rim, and then you had like the dangling chain. It was just like,
There was
what are we doing?
a ton of times in this movie where they tried to do like trippy visual stuff, like stuff playing behind like Adam Driver's character while he's like talking and stuff. And I was just like, what does any of this have to do with what I'm watching? And it's one of those things where there are going to be people out there that do consider this movie one of the best movies of all time because they think they understand what was happening in the background. And it's like one of those where they get to be like, you guys just don't get it.
You guys
It's
don't
like-
get it. It was the most transcendent experience of my life.
Yeah, and it's like, well, that maybe the problem is that if nobody can get it, you missed.
I think the fact that this took 30 years to essentially put together, I'm sure he went over, edited, and changed so many things. Like, this felt like there was entire groups of people or actors throughout this movie all acting in a different movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's I feel like, you had like Shia LaBeouf and Aubrey Plaza, right? I feel like they had their own little kind of like weird chaotic movie like that they were doing, right? And then you had like Adam Driver and Natalie Emmanuel kind of had their own little movie with like Giancarlo Esposito was like kind of doing his own thing as well. And then, yeah, John Voight was in his own fucking world throughout this whole entire movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The more I'm sitting here thinking about it, there was quite a few performances I just enjoyed from this movie.
He's going to move up his ranking.
Yeah, this is jumping up. Because Shia LaBeouf,
Oh, the cross-dressing.
just Dante leaned over me. He's like, is that a dude? I was like, that's Shia LaBeouf, man.
Shia LaBeouf.
He's like a method actor, anyways. He bought in 100% on this movie.
Yeah, but it wasn't good.
I don't know. It's funny. Him and like John Voight also 100% was just like, I'm 90 years old. I don't have to give a shit. I'm just doing this to 100%. He probably thought he was really dating Aubrey Plaza on this movie. I think there's a good chance he thought that actually was happening. When dude, the arrow at the end.
Yeah, the boner
is
scene.
so funny, dude. The fact that he's just it's a fake boner, and then it's a comically small arrow.
And
like
he
bow and
just
arrow.
struggles to pull back that tiny
It
little
looks
string.
like a kid's like toy. Like
They were like, okay, we can't put a full-size bow and arrow in here because he couldn't really do it while he's laying down in bed. So if we give him Cupid's arrow, this little tiny baby one, and just have him shoot Aubrey Plaza through the chest.
and then Shia LaBeouf
And he's
twice
got
in the
enough
ass.
time to pull that string back
he was
3
moving
times.
slow at all.
Yeah.
He looked like fucking Legolas.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the thing. Like, there's a place for a movie like this of like its level of absurdity that I respect. I think. So again, convoluted green screen, just the city. Who the fuck would want to live in that city? Was also what I found myself thinking. I was like, this does not look like a functional, normal place that you could live. Like, and I don't understand. Like, don't you want a world that can like evolve and like learn with you over time? And I'm like, it's like a sentient being. Like, it's just like
this is just AI.
they never explained what the material he created was either. Because it could be clothing for you. It could be a whole city, or it could be your eye.
Yeah.
You were shocked when that little kid shot him, huh? You had like an audible gasp when that kid shot him in the face.
Did I gasp?
Yes, you gasped. Trust me, I remember it. I was like, he was surprised by that. I was like, I knew the second that this kid walked up, and she does the line like, he loves all kids. He would never say no to a kid.
So
It's like, he's definitely getting shot.
I
in the
definitely
face.
knew that was the setup. I just didn't think the kid was going to be the one shooting. I thought somebody else was going to walk up right after.
There was one of two ways that went down. That kid was shooting somebody in the head, or that kid was getting run over by that car that was watching him do it. It was one or the other. So but you were like, oh my God.
My stars and stripes.
Just like that. Yeah. No, that was wow. Uncanny.
I also told Dave before the podcast, Dante, about how you fell asleep.
I did fall asleep a couple times.
Yeah. I just heard it was the same thing as you watched on the TV earlier. Like, I just heard that breathing coming from you. The one thing that pissed me off, though, if I'm honest, I would have woken you up, but you woke up like right as soon as, like, you only did it for like a second, and then like you kind of jump start it.
Yeah.
But the thing that upset me is you were man spreading on the 2-seater like a piece of shit yesterday. And I've gone to a lot of movies with you, and you've never done this to me before. But the guy has his seat, like the foot up on the seat, right? Like the legs up or whatever, the footrest. But he has his feet spread out so they're on the ground.
I do that.
With a person sitting next to you?
So the reason I did it is because I wanted to lean back, but I didn't really want my feet up.
You can lean the chairs back, no? Or is that just in
No,
South
in
Bay?
Braintree, it's only one switch,
All
so
right.
it's like it leans back and puts the
I'm
feet
just
up at the
saying
same time.
that his foot was in my foot line. Just man spreading like a motherfucker. No consideration for me sitting next to him. So it wasn't that you fell asleep. It was that like 3 minutes later, I was like, this guy. I'm like, what the fuck?
The crazy thing is, like, I kind of thought about it, but then I was like, nah, if it was bothering him, he would have said something by
you
now.
know
You're
I
not
would
the-
not say it to you. Like,
Bro.
I'm not saying that to you. I'm gonna let it ride, and and I'm glad we do this, so then I can talk about it afterwards and not let it fester as something I realize the next time we sit in a movie together. This is a nice friend session for me.
Okay, noted.
How much of this movie? Because like me and Dante talked right after the movie was over. Dave, I know you said you thought this was the worst movie you ever saw. First of all, I guess, are you a Shakespeare guy? Are any of us Shakespeare men?
No.
I mean,
I just did it in school.
Yeah.
Like I don't really know shit else other than
No.
the fact that I read it in school,
Yeah.
right? Do you think, did you understand at all the message the movie was trying to get across when you were leaving?
I mean, for the most part, it was just greed and corruption.
Yeah, I would agree. Do you think if you were more in tune with Shakespeare, you think this is a better movie?
Nope.
Okay, that's fair. You got me.
This wasn't like the new Hamlet?
Nope.
Do you see I know you watched the new Hamlet.
No, I actually don't even know the story of Hamlet.
Dave, did you?
What's it called?
Probably Hamlet.
No, there's a lot of retellings.
Wasn't there one that came out on Disney Plus like in the past couple of years?
Beats me.
Not a Shakespeare guy.
Hamilton?
What's her name? Rachel Zegler is doing Romeo and Juliet right now.
I saw that. Yeah.
It's getting a lot of publicity for that one. She's just remaking all the classics, huh?
Yeah.
Snow White.
What's your favorite Shakespeare?
I mean, it's the only one I know is Romeo and Juliet.
No, you don't like 10 Things I Hate About You?
Yeah. So, but isn't that just which one is that one based on?
Taming the Shrew?
Nah. Okay. No. I love the
Taming of
movie,
the Shrew?
but never. I don't know his original work.
No.
Love that movie.
What
That's
about O?
Oh yeah, I do love that because Julia Stiles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see, no?
Well, that's 10 Things I Hate About You
No,
as
I
well.
haven't seen that one.
Yeah, she just loves
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare. Apparently.
Yeah.
Oh,
Huh.
Othello. You never saw her. Oh,
No.
is Josh Hartnett in that too?
I don't remember. I know the dude,
Is the dude Tay Diggs?
No, I think it's the guy from
Morris Chestnut.
House. The
The old white guy.
no, well, he's one of his.
House.
Yeah.
That would have been illegal if that movie was being made. No, I know who you're talking about. Mekhi Phifer.
No,
It's not the dude from 8 Mile.
no,
That's the House guy.
no, it's not.
Mekhi Phifer was in House.
No, I'll get you his name.
You running out of black actors?
The fact that I dug up Mekhi Phifer says yes.
Omar Epps.
Is Omar Epps in House?
Yes, he's in like 175 episodes.
Are we sure that's not Mekhi Phifer?
Wow.
Shit.
Damn.
Well, you know.
All right.
Actually, you know what? Maybe
this would be the time to drop a dislike.
Okay, well, it's
Money is racist.
It's definitely Omar Epps in House, but I don't think he's in. Oh, so maybe
Who's the guy in Othello? There's a chance I get saved here. Mekhi Phifer. Mekhi Phifer. Mekhi Phifer.
Can't even say the name.
Mekhi Phifer.
Oh man.
I'm trying to give you like I don't want to leave people on a cliffhanger.
You're giving me some time here, but internet's not doing
Oh,
this.
blame the
I'm
internet.
also typing in one letter. Just
Let's go to IMDb.
He is on IMDb.
I'll go to Julia Stiles. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So I need you to just announce who is in the movie Othello.
So yeah, we got Josh Hartnett, Julia Stiles. You know,
Perfect.
Martin
I know my
Sheen.
whites.
Martin Sheen. You know, we have Eldon Henson,
Big Eldon. That's a
Rain
guy.
Phoenix.
Oh.
you know. I think
Wrestler?
I think that's it.
No, there's got to be one more. African American.
Oh, Andrew Keegan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that Keegan Michael Key?
yeah, the famous Bumblebee.
Yeah, there's got to be a guy in here, you know.
Oh, I think Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, Catwoman. Fuck. Also in 8 Mile, right? No, that's Kim Basinger.
Yeah.
Fuck.
No, yeah, Mekhi Pfeiffer is in O.
All right.
On my Spider-Man 2 shit, Vindicated.
Spider-Man 2.
I don't think I got that one.
Is that the Dashboard
Over my head.
Confessional song from Spider-Man 2? Vindicated, I am selfish, I am wrong, I'm right.
Yeah,
I swear I knew it all along.
Yeah, you're right.
Look up the music video.
I'm not going to do that.
Everybody at home, look up the music
I'm
video,
not gonna do
please.
Oh man.
I'm just swinging for the fences right
No,
now.
that was great. That was great.
Oh my God, let's get back to Megalopolis. What are we missing here, guys?
Megalopolop.
No, is there anything left to really say on this one? I think
What did you think about Adam Driver's, drug addled scenes at the party?
I think again it was just more trippy shit that was supposed to be like this is like so like visually intense and like profound the way they filmed this. But then also, did his drug addiction have anything to do after the first 30 minutes of the movie?
No, and neither did the whole subplot of this girl being a virgin,
Yeah, it was
at
weird.
16 years old.
Yeah.
That was actually 23.
Yeah.
And not her because the footage was doctored.
So
also when the father offers him the deal to not like to leave his daughter or whatever, and they never followed up on
There's
that.
no answer. They don't
Yeah.
follow up.
He
It's
just gets
the
shot
movie,
that night.
The movie
and-
just moves.
and then
Yeah.
he's just there, like all of a sudden making peace with him.
But at the same time, he does do the letter. They never show the outcome, but then if you notice, there wasn't a lot of Adam Driver scenes with her after that point. And even the scene where he gets shot, she's like reluctant to go over to the car initially, isn't she? Like it's weird that they she looks over and it was almost like she didn't know that he was going to be there and is like, I should go say something to him. But it wasn't like I'm going to she had the immediate intention. It almost seemed like she was like going back and forth on it a little bit. So it was just weird to where almost like, did they cut out a scene of him deciding to go and create like separation? Because he also goes and sees Aubrey Plaza right after he gets the option, right? Or the offer.
Yeah.
So it's almost like there's a scene missing because then there's a gap of them not really being together. And then he gets shot and they start to show like some scenes of them again.
Huh. You might be onto something.
But that's the whole thing with this movie is it's like it's 2.5 hours long and there's not really a through line to the storylines that you get through a majority of it, except for the fact that he wants to build a new city, and he has an opposing leader who doesn't want him to do it. And then everything else is kind of just like random storylines, subplots just thrown at the wall, and it's like
The reality
we'll
of
just
it
put
is there's
together.
probably a 5-hour uncut version of this that does make sense.
I love that. Give me the director's cut. Is it actually? Would there be a director's cut if he was the creator and director of the
Yeah,
he
it
owns
is,
the
it is
IP,
his
yeah,
own
like,
cut.
It is
yeah.
his cut.
Yeah. So what would be the other alternative to give me like the fan cut? Just releases all the footage.
Yeah.
I want to see everything you have, including the stuff that you shot 20 years ago for the B-roll. We'll mosh it together. We'll make a movie.
I also want to see the sessions where you're coaching the actors through their scenes.
Yeah, like how many times did they stop and look and were like, "Ooh, what does this mean?" And he's like, "I knew 30 years ago, but."
Yeah. No, I want to see him explain it and try
Yeah.
and make it make sense.
Well, because he probably dude, if he had made this in the 80s, he probably would have been able to go out and do like a press run and give people like these like profound answers or like the thought behind what he did. But I genuinely think I know nothing about this man, but I just feel like at 85 years old, looking at like what some of our political figures are doing at the same age and the way they speak in public, he would have no way to explain what this movie is about. Did you think about the guy that was sitting next to us in that theater? So did anybody leave when you saw it?
No.
So we did have a couple leave 10 minutes into the movie.
like 20 minutes, but yeah.
Okay, 15. But there was an older guy by himself in the seat to my right.
Okay.
And I just found myself thinking I wonder if he gets it, and not because of his age, but how many people in here, there was that couple that walked in kind of late with the flashlight, and I was like,
Which
in
this
my
is
head,
not the movie to walk in late to because you're already lost from the beginning.
I think that you're in the same spot we all were. So
Yeah,
of
but
all movies you could show up late.
I can only imagine that they're sitting there thinking the whole time there's something we missed in the beginning that makes this all make sense.
Nope. Somebody will tell them after. But like even them, I thought that they would sit down, get 5 minutes in, and be like, "Why the fuck did we sign up for this?"
Dude, like the walking in late to a theater with the flashlight thing is already annoying, but shining it at people is even more annoying. Because the way I noticed that they came in was all of a sudden their flashlight was on me and Lenny.
Yeah. And like, although I get it because of that one time that I walked into that movie Tarot, and it was way too dark in the theater, and I was afraid that I was going to sit in somebody's lap because I couldn't see my seat.
I've been there. I haven't sat in someone's lap, but I've had that fear.
Also, another weird scene that made me like, I was like, what the fuck's going on here? When she sits in her dad's lap, like, I feel like that was a weird thing to do. Like,
why don't I remember that?
there's just a random scene where
when she finds the birth certificate of the virgin,
oh yeah,
goes to bring it to him,
and like just like weirdly has the whole conversation sitting in his lap.
Yeah,
it's like you're not a little girl. This is weird.
But this whole movie was like, this is where it teetered on trying to be like modern day, but also do the Rome thing because like Shia LaBeouf was fucking all of his sisters, right?
yeah.
Wow,
Also
like
weird.
they don't like that. That was a whole dialogue in the beginning of the movie.
Like 3 times throughout the movie.
Yeah,
They-
and then
they
there was the
mentioned it.
weird relationship, just the weird sitting on the lap thing. I thought was kind of odd. I feel like there was one more in there too. I mean, even the idea that he was like banging a 16-year-old girl is like, I feel like gladiator time shit, you know? But that's where it was like this movie was just written in a weird way. Did you see what year? Dante told me what year this movie was supposed to be replicating. Do you know?
Like 2030 or something like that. I don't know.
Dante, what year?
So in the very end, when they do one of the screens where it shows like text and it was their Pledge of Allegiance, at the bottom of it in Roman numerals, it was stamped 2024.
Okay. And that. So
It feels like 2024, right?
Yeah. No, that's so
Like,
familiar.
the whole like virgin scene thing, by the way, when after they cut away from that party, they show like news articles.
Yeah.
How like teen pregnancy is on the rise
Yeah.
after.
Yeah. This girl made teens go out and start fucking.
Yeah. Like she was just holding people back from like she was just this vision of good. Like
Yeah. Wait, if she fucks, we
They
can
all
fuck.
lost hope.
Yeah. We can all
She
fuck.
ended celibacy.
If you can fuck, I can fuck. We can all fuck. That was
Don't say
for
that
you
while
guys.
looking in my eyes.
That was for you guys. A couple other funny parts. Me and Dante both laughed at the hat dropping scene.
oh yeah,
That
pick
was
up
just-
my hat. Pick up my hat.
Yeah, just so randomly thrown in the movie. It's no tone in this movie whatsoever. The first guy just throws the hat on the ground. Well, Shia LaBeouf does, and then the next guy's just like, "Yeah, you pick it up. You pick it up."
Ooh.
Any other funny little bit scenes? Like that was the one that stood out.
That was definitely the funniest scene, I think, for me. And then also you talked about like the Aubrey Plaza and Shia LaBeouf scene.
Yeah, that whole thing is just like so uncomfortable and funny for that
Yeah.
reason.
Oh, the very beginning, like the first time not the first time you meet Aubrey Plaza, but like when her and Caesar or isn't it Catalina?
Yeah.
Are in the bedroom, and she's like, "Yeah, you're an anal guy, you know, but like I'm an oral guy."
Yeah, the cringe dialogue. Yeah. I wonder how she felt saying that.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to hear some Letterboxd reviews?
Oh yeah. Actually,
Sure.
I want to hear all the people that told me we didn't get it.
Oh well, so the very first one is 5 stars, and it says y'all are wrong in big bold letters. But I'm not gonna. There's way too much stuff there, and I
Ugh.
think actually no, I can read it because I remember this one. The first paragraph I'll read at least. You got to go into this the same way that Francis Ford Coppola went in, blazed out of your fucking mind. You got to meet him on the same plane, the same level of thinking. Hit in the cart like 6 times before entering the showing, like I did.
That's what we did wrong. Okay.
This is followed up by Jashan with a 5-star review that said, that shit sucked Megalopolis.
That's great.
Sean gave it no rating, but he just said, oh, the period.
Yeah, Othello.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
A 1-star review from George says the 38-minute cinematic equivalent of someone showing you a YouTube video that they promised you was really good.
No, that's great.
A 1-star review from Amanda. I don't think I enjoyed a collective minute of this movie. The last time I felt that way in the theater was Cats. That's the way they had the
James Corden.
Yeah,
didn't
didn't the cats have buttholes in that movie?
Fuck.
Yeah, they did. 1.5 stars from Sophie. Adam Driver, innocent. Francis Ford Coppola, guilty on all counts.
Oh, man.
This one's pretty simple. Brandon likes 1.5 stars. Francis made a Coppola mistakes with this one.
3 stars
Just
from
a Coppola.
Corey, boner of the year.
Dude, I'm trying to find. There was one other one I liked that was further up here.
There's a lot of long ones that I don't want to read.
Yeah, so this one was from Demi. Did you guys? I doubt Dante you did, but Dave, did you ever see Southland Tales?
No.
The Rock's in that movie. It's like got a good cast. I think Justin Timberlake's in it too. But I remember trying to watch it because I was like, oh, the cast is awesome on this movie. And it made no fucking sense. So this person said, Southland Tales coded, neutral. A Wachowski movie for boomers. Neutral to positive, a man who did Destination Imagination in middle school. Truly has the power to change the world. In 2 years, Coppola will release the 4.5-hour director's cut. No, he won't, because he already released the 2.5-hour director's cut. That he intended to and make up for, which I cannot wait for. Me and him, the only people who are like, sign me up when that thing comes out. We should. Oh, dude, maybe we get that trending. Release the Coppola cut. I want to get it. I want to get that fucking trending. I want to get that thing on Max in black and white in 3 years, dude. Release the Coppola cut. Okay, let's give our ratings. I did give this 1.5 stars. I want to just preface that again. You don't do star ratings, right, Dave?
Sure. Is 0 stars an option?
No, it's not.
No.
Fine, 0.5 star.
No, yeah, that is not an option. Dante, what'd you give it for a star rating?
I also gave it 1.5.
Dave, we know this has got it. It's the worst movie of all time. It's last on the list.
Yes.
Okay, Dante.
Worse than Madam Web. Easily.
1.5 at 69.
I'm at 67.
Okay.
I'm at 67.
There's still worse movies than this.
I have 6 movies behind it still. One of which, Dante, is not The Substance.
The Substance is ahead of this?
Yeah.
The Substance is still dead last. At least this made me laugh.
I had 68, not 69. So yeah, I have 67 for The Substance, and then this is at 68.
This is
Both
basically
made me
right
smile.
behind I Saw the TV Glow, because at least that, after reading some things, I was like, okay, I kind of get it.
No, that's still way behind this for me. I fucking hate that. That might move to... If Tarot didn't happen this year and ISS didn't happen, I would have not seen a worse movie than I Saw the TV Glow. Okay, well, let us know what you guys thought out there. A divisive movie, to say the least. I know most of you didn't see it, apparently, since the box office was so atrocious. But hey, there's still time. Get out there, check it out. And if you do, make sure to come back here and drop a like, comment, share, and subscribe, preferably a dislike on this video. We're trying to be the most disliked podcast.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
If you like the video, drop a like.
Thumbs
if you don't
down.
like the video, get the fuck out.
No, wait. If you don't like the video, that's good.
Drop a thumbs down and then get the fuck out.
No, sure, that too. But until next time, everybody, we'll see you.
Peace.
For those with good taste.